Hey beloved, it is good to be with you today. After last week's video, someone shared with me their perception of my vulnerability in showing off my gray hair while I was up in my cherry tree. And that made me laugh a lot, and it's made me think about those gray hairs a lot because there are not a small number of them. And I decided a long time ago that I was not coloring my hair ever again as a way of seizing who I am in God's eyes and who I want to be as somebody who's not really worried about that stuff, etc., etc. But I also have been laughing about the idea of gray hair in the context of Sunday's message about patience. Because one of my lines when people comment on my silver is that these are wisdom strands, and I earned every single one of them. Maybe you feel that way too. This gray hair is evidence of life lived and the number of times that I have had to bear complicated things or hang in there while God seemed to not be present. Hang in there through the whys and the hows and the what does this means. And so I wonder where it is that we wear the fruit of patience on our beings. That also has me at a really weird spot today for this video because I am in front of my favorite hydrangeas, which are actually serving a partial role of masking my AC units. But some of you have heard me talk about my hydrangeas. Hydrangeas in our area tend to, they're not natives, first of all, and so they tend to not particularly care for our cold late springs. And if we have a late frost, they don't bloom because hydrangeas bloom on old growth. And so if that old growth that has started to green up in the spring gets zapped with a frost, then you don't have any blooms. And it's been about 5 years since my hydrangeas bloomed. And this year, the one day in April where it looked like we might have a late frost, I begged my husband to help me get the hydrangeas covered so that we could preserve them this year. And it worked. I have more hydrangea blossoms, and the hydrangeas are the healthiest that they have ever been in our time here. I've been patiently waiting for those hydrangeas, and there have been years of plenty and years of sorrow and years of late frost and years of throwing up my hands and saying that I can't actually get out on the night before the frost and do anything about it because there's 1,000 other things going on. For me this year, these are fruits of patience too, and I am grateful. Even for the years when they're just green and not particularly exciting, that this year I get all of these great blooms. I'm going to feel the same way about my gray hair. I pray that you're finding ways to explore patience and the way that fruit is growing in your life. Be well, be blessed. Have a great week.